So there's so much floating around, especially now that I have actually felt that I needed to just go ahead and post it like on my local Facebook word of mouth in Eustis, so that the public would actually understand, given that I do believe that there's a deranged man that I'm trying to ensure doesn't succumb to his demons like in Louisiana. So I just want to go over the very high level bullets on what I've actually provided to the feds and on down. Like I said, this all started where I realized that there was abuse. I realized there was something mentally wrong, and I asked them all to get help. They did not. I asked his family to step in. They remained silent, did not do anything. I then went to the police department, Eustis Police Department, the Lake County Sheriff Office, and instead they blamed me. I do believe that they have family ties with Maureen and Ron Johns of Eustis. I've called that all out. Exactly. I've called it out exactly to the feds. But here's exactly what I have said to the DOJ on down, for lack of any other words. I included the NRA, the ATF. I've gone to every single person I can think of. And come business time today, if I don't hear from any of them at the Fed level, because I will not trust anybody at the local level, we will be taking our tote full of the bulletproof vests, the old high school laptops, the one page of the rage wrapping, the gun parts, and all the tablets that we have to the Orlando FBI branch. But here's exactly what I've explained to them on the actual stuff that they need to focus on. Jesse Halter of Eustis, Florida, was abused as a child by his mother, Maureen Johns. He was actually questioned at one time when he was in high school with DCF because of some anger issue. I don't know the details. Once again, I never really asked. I was dealing with a bunch of Geminis, if you know. I just get whatever they want to tell me, I absorb. It is what it is. I found when we were cleaning out the room after they left this past weekend, I found old rap poems from high school talking about he was going to hurt people. I found old laptops that I believe that will help the authorities, that because he only took his guns, his electronics, and his stuff, but left all of my daughter's stuff behind and all of the baby stuff behind. I believe that's an also sign of some form of abuse based off what other women I know have encountered. I found a bulletproof vest. I found a bag, little duffel bag full of shotgun shells. And to the best of our knowledge, he doesn't have a registered shotgun. He at one point back in the day bragged to my husband about how he's put together a gun through mail order parts, i.e. an unregistered gun even. He at least has a medical marijuana with concealed carry. We believe that actually both him and my daughter are doing more than just weed because of the way their thought process drastically changed. We provided evidence on why we believe their thought process drastically changed. Jesse's anger has increased. He's had no job in over 2 years. He's gained 100 pounds. His anger has escalated. His son has continued to have behavioral issues because of being neglected in the crib for 16 and a half hours. His children have known medical neglect and speech milestone from his abuse. DCF literally did not accept my first case because they said they did not live in the state of Florida anymore. In the case they did accept, they've only researched the diaper rash and not the actual, that they could prove medical neglect and the speech milestone issue. Two things they could medically prove that they are responsible to prove, DCF has chosen not to do. Thus, why I literally say to them that the Jesse Halter's mother, who abused him as a child, this came out of his mouth and Alex Welch, his brother's mouth. Not my mouth, their mouth. They were abused as a child by their mother, who is a registered nurse in Eustis, Florida, and has ties with the community, the Eustis Police Department and the Lake County Sheriff Office. I also believe that Ron Johns is the one that is also helping and the police are backing. Not all, but the few of them that I've called out and have the recordings of. At the end of the day, Eustis Police Department And the Lake County Sheriff Office is saying it is not their job to uphold Florida Statute 827. DCF is saying it is not their job to investigate, and anything they do will take 30 to 60 days. Therefore, I have asked Governor DeSantis why children are allowed to be abused for 30 to 60 days. I don't believe that is the case. I believe my local law enforcement and maybe some of other Florida law enforcement need to actually be trained on what their job is. Because if it's DCF's job and the government is okay with 30 to 60 days of our children still being abused, that says everything and proves even more of what I'm trying to do. That I believe that there is a major issue. I went to authorities on 4/7. I was ignored. I put together videos on 4/12. They said, don't give us 2.5 hours, shorten it. I shorten it, then I'm deranged. At the end of the day, yes, you guys, I'm trying to escalate it. And after what happened in Louisiana, I've had, call me deranged, call me unhinged, call me any name you want to, because that is exactly what I am, given what I know and given how the authorities are covering for him. So at the end of the day, like I've been trying to say to everybody, judge me, but help me. Because if you actually are watching to understand and not to judge, you will see my heart and see that all I've been trying to do is get people to acknowledge their wrongs and fix it. And as I've been doing that, I'm starting to uncover more and more on why I have to continue. And yes, to Lake County Sheriff Office and to the Eustis Police Department and all the blues that are backing them, just do your job and none of this would have happened. Protect our communities, exactly what they're asking them to do in Louisiana. Do it for Lake County, Florida, because it seems like the only time people really want to do anything is after gun violence, not before. So reminding everybody, including myself, especially Lake County officials, to do better. Thank you.